This episode of April and Jay Have No Ideas is brought to you by the misconnection section of Craigslist, because I was going to write a joke, but I'm still creeped out by Sonic the Hedgehog's fucking ridiculous face.
To the slim, fit black guy from Brooklyn. We met a few years ago. You were a Gemini, slim, fit, quiet kind of dude. We laughed, played strict poker, and cooked breakfast and dinner. Are you still into organic farming? I miss you. Love, Mariah. Posted 6 days ago. Hi, I'm April.
And I'm Jay.
We have no ideas.
What if that was Mariah Carey? She just spends all her time when she's not practicing for touring, writing misconnections.
Maybe.
What's that?
I said maybe. That's as good a theory as any.
Mariah. There's not an abundance of Mariahs out there, so.
True. Do you have like pages and pages of notes for this week?
I don't.
Oh.
I'm trying to go through my notebook and find a page that doesn't have some weird Pokemon scrawled all over it. Because sometimes my son just takes my notebook and decides to draw Pokemon in it.
Okay. Are they any good?
They're not bad, actually.
Okay.
Let's talk about fucking Sonic the Hedgehog and his fucking abomination of a fucking existence.
Ugh. Why are they making that movie? It's like Sonic is creepy.
So I will say this. The director of the movie sent out a tweet today.
Mm-hmm.
And it read, Jeff Fowler, who's the director, said, "Thank you for your support and criticism. The message is loud and clear. You aren't happy with the design and you want changes. It's going to happen. Everyone at Paramount and Sega are fully committed to making this character the best he can be. Hashtag Sonic movie. Hashtag gotta fix fast."
Hashtag thing of nightmares. Hashtag Jim Carrey looks like an abomination too.
Oh my god, Jim Carrey's going to fucking carry that movie. He looks amazing.
Ugh. I don't know. I just don't understand.
That's the only part of that movie that looks appealing.
I just don't
The sad thing is, if you look at a picture of Sonic, like of the video game version, next to this one, they are pretty much exactly the same.
I just don't understand why they need to make a movie.
Why not?
Like, Sonic the Hedgehog was a really fun game. I just don't know why they need to make a movie.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, because they do, I guess.
And let me guess, they're going to introduce Tails also at some point?
Oh, that would be awesome. But, yeah, it's going to be terrible.
Yeah.
Anyway. And then I wanted to say on a sad note, so we're recording this May 2nd, and there was a news flash at 3:35 p.m. that Peter Mayhew died today.
Oh.
At 74 years old, he passed away. There was a letter posted to his official Twitter account. I mean, I'll read a little bit of it. Family of Peter Mayhew is with deep love and sadness, regret to share the news that Peter has passed away. He left us the evening of April 30th, 2019, with his family by his side in North Texas home. If you want to read the rest, you can go to his Twitter page. But yeah, I feel like he was having health problems for a while.
Okay.
But yeah, that's sad.
Yeah.
It's a bummer. So, just thought I'd throw that out there. However, this episode's all going up from here.
Yeah. This is going to be a very, very spoiler-filled episode. Sorry, it can't be helped. We have a lot of things to talk about.
So Marvel's ban on spoilers is lifting, I think, this weekend.
Oh, really?
Marvel spoiler ban. Spoiler ban, and it lifts soon. So yeah, if you haven't seen the movie, first of all, what the hell are you doing with yourself? The spoiler ban lifts on Monday. So next Monday, it's all fun. It's
I
going
mean,
down, people.
is it what's so if you spoil it before then, what are they gonna do?
Um,
Will they
so
sue us?
Russo brothers discussed Endgame on Good Morning America, and when the subject of spoilers came out, the host asked if there would ever be a time when it's okay to discuss the movie without fear of spoiling. The Russos say yes. Part of why we make these movies is for conversation. I think it's Monday. That will be 2 full weekends of the movie being out, which the Russos deem acceptable to start talking about the movie.
Okay.
They further clarified the spoiler ban lift on Twitter.
Okay.
So I guess, if there's tweets that go out or the stars want to talk, anybody wants to talk about it, they're not going to be like trying to delete tweets and stuff, I guess.
Okay. Well, I mean, we won't post this until Monday anyways, so
Yeah, so I feel better about it. And honestly, if you haven't seen the movie, what the hell are you doing?
yeah.
Probably don't care much about it anyway.
One of my cousins posted like the poster with like the official watch order.
Yeah.
And was like, I guess I'm gonna have to start from the beginning, like having never seen it. And I responded with, "You've had 10 years."
So I guess this winter they're coming out with a complete box set called the Infinity Saga.
See, is that true? Because I thought it was a fan made picture.
Oh, maybe it was. Maybe I didn't really read it. I just saw the picture and believed what I saw on the internet.
Because I got excited.
I don't research things.
I got excited and was like, I wonder how much that's gonna cost. Because it'll be out before Christmas, I'm sure, so that they can capitalize on the holiday traffic.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they will, but we'll see. I saw a picture and I just assumed it was real.
Yeah.
Because I believe things I read on the internet.
Jay is gullible.
Researching them. So what would you like to talk about first?
Game of Thrones. Might as well.
Okay. Let's talk about Game of Thrones. I'm
angry.
Go ahead. Let's lead off with that. Why are you angry?
I'm angry. Okay. I know that they shot it in the dark. I know that they wanted to give you the feeling of not knowing what's going to happen because if you're...
So, yeah, that's not true.
In battle because it's dark.
That's
whatever.
Not true.
The cinematographer said he shot it in the dark.
Well, yeah, he shot it in the dark. But the thing you're thinking of was what I said. Like, I thought they were going to come back with, like, some snide comment like, we wanted you to feel like they felt on the battlefield not knowing what was coming. Yeah, that wasn't true at all. He basically just said, well, turn up your TV. You'll be able to see it. It's fine.
But that's such bullshit. I shouldn't have...
They told people to turn off all the lights to make it a movie theater-like experience.
Which I did.
I did, and I still couldn't see shit.
And it's so... And that's the thing that really gets me. That's why I'm so angry. Because I was so looking forward to this episode. And... What'd you say?
It was still a good episode.
But it was hard to see anything. So how am I supposed to know if it's a really good episode if I can't see a fucking thing? You know who the real MVPs of that episode were? Melisandre and the fucking dragons for lighting up the screen.
Okay.
It was so... It was so obnoxious.
All right, well, let's get past the fact that it was hard to see.
Okay.
I thought it was... On one hand, I thought it was a good episode. In that the scope of the battle, and it was intense, and yeah, lots of action. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, I thought it was a crappy episode in that, like... there there was a lot going on, but at the same time there was not a lot going on. And like it just felt empty.
Okay.
Battle just felt empty in a way. And like I
Okay.
said to you the other day when we spoke, I'm going to jump ahead to the end. Like that felt like kind of a cheat ending to me. I know everybody's all excited because Arya killed the Night King and like he never actually did anything. Don't build up a fucking character to be this like can't be killed, all powerful fucking character who fucking steals a dragon, reincarnates it, all this shit, and then he just like gets stabbed and he's done. Now, that being said, I could be speaking out of turn and we could see him again before the show is over. That would redeem it for me to find out that they're not really dead. Maybe the show ends as they're like coming back. I don't know.
I
However, it
I
just felt empty. It felt anticlimactic.
yes. Yes, it did feel anticlimactic. But at the same time, I also feel like they built up Arya's character for that. And one of my students and I, so he came in on Monday morning having seen Endgame and Game of Thrones, and he was just like, this weekend killed me. It absolutely killed me. And then like we started talking about Game of Thrones, and he said, you do realize that Arya this was her destiny the whole time. I said, okay.
No, I get it. I get it. I just it like
And also green, so it's, you'd shut brown eyes, green eyes, and blue eyes. We haven't seen
no,
her shut green eyes yet.
I get that, but if that's the way it was going to go down, then this should have been last. Because like
Yes.
you got 3 episodes left and you're like, okay, the thing you have fucking told us was coming since the very first fucking episode.
True. True. Is that winter
It's
was
like
coming? Winter was coming.
it's here. Yep. They killed it in one battle, and they killed it.
Yeah.
Like fuck that. And again, I realize we have like 3 more 90-minute episodes to go. That's a lot of show left.
True.
So I reserve the right to say I was wrong, but as of right now, fuck, just I don't know. It what the hell was that?
I was laughing and yawning at the same time.
Oh,
I'm going to just apologize right now. I am so exhausted. I took my students on a field trip overnight last night. Had to get up super early yesterday morning, like 4:45, which is early for me. And then didn't sleep super well in the hotel last night because I couldn't get the heat off and I couldn't get it to cool off. So it was like 70 degrees all night, which was just way too warm for me. And then had to get up at like 6:15 this morning, which isn't really early for me, but we did a ton of walking around. And so I'm sorry. I even took a nap this afternoon. I'm still beat. So if I'm a little bit lackluster this evening, you'll know why. It's because I'm fucking exhausted.
okay.
So
I'm also kind of done with Jon Snow. He's kind of a pointless character at this point. He didn't do shit. Like he legit did not do anything.
what could he have really done? I mean, I'm going to defend Jon Snow till his death. Because I've always loved Jon Snow. But what could he have really done? You knew that he wasn't going to kill the Night King. There was no way.
He could have technically.
Not when he raised the army back up.
Well, I get it, but I'm saying he could have because he had his sword is Valyrian steel.
I
mean,
now, did you see the part where Bran handed Arya the knife?
yes, that was a season ago.
No. when
Yes.
when Bran handed it to her.
Yes. That was a season ago.
Was it? I thought that
Yes.
he handed it back. I thought he handed it back to her
When
during
he
the
first
fight.
came back to when she
Okay.
went last season when they all met at Winterfell again, he gave her
Okay.
that knife.
Okay. Because he's like, what's a cripple going to do with it?
Correct. However,
Okay.
it's assumed that he saw the future and knew that she needed it and blah 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 blah
Oh,
blah.
absolutely. Now, here's the real question. Is he the new Night King?
Why would he be? Everybody keeps saying that, but why would he be?
Why
He
would...
wasn't, because the first Night King was created by the Children of the Forest when the Children of the Forest cursed the king. Remember they
Yeah,
tied him to the tree and like
yeah, but there's it. So there's he's a Stark, isn't he?
the Night King?
Yes.
I don't believe so.
I believe the Night King's like Brandon Stark, like Bran the Builder.
There's only theories.
Okay.
I mean, I think in the book, the Night King is very different in the book.
Yeah.
Um, the Night King. Um, the Night King was seduced by what sounds like a female other, something yet to be seen in the series. She described as having pale skin and blue eyes, which sounds exactly like a White Walker. As the story goes, when the two mated, she took his soul. The Night King then became the tyrannical ruler of the Night's Watch, declaring himself king with his frosty queen by his side. Took a coalition between Starks of Winterfell and Joramun, a king beyond the wall, to end the Night King's dictatorship of the Wall. He was finally taken out after a 13-year reign. Afterwards, it was discovered that the Night King and his queen had been sacrificing something to the others. It's unclear exactly what it was. However, all records of his reign were destroyed, his true name has forever been forbidden.
Okay.
So we don't know who he is, but apparently, maybe, that's going to be revealed in the prequel series.
Maybe.
But anyway.
Okay. I mean, I did find the episode anticlimactic, and it was so funny because when when I was on Facebook, everyone was like, "Best game ever, or best show ever, best show ever, best episode ever," and I was like, "Were we watching the same thing?"
It really wasn't the best one ever. It was the longest one and the most intense battle ever.
Yeah. I don't know. After watching Endgame, I was a little bit disillusioned by that was not the best. I just saw the best battle ever. Sorry. I don't know. I don't think that it was the best episode ever. And it would have probably been the best battle ever if we could see most of it.
Yes, we get it. You couldn't see.
But somebody, let's see. Where's the thing on I just had? Somebody asked like a bunch of questions. Like, why did Melisandre die in taking off her necklace when...
So it wasn't that she died in taking off her necklace. She took off her necklace to die. She died because she was super old and was out of, like, power. She used, like, all of her strength to help them win the battle and then died.
Okay. Also, why did she only light the Dothraki's swords on fire? Why didn't
'Cause
everybody have...
They were in front. Didn't help anyway.
True. The Arya and Hound thing was pretty awesome.
Meh.
Eh.
I get it. He's afraid of fire, but he overcome his fear of fire to go help her.
No, no. The So 2 weeks ago, when she was on the like the parapet with them, and it was her, Beric Dondarrion, and the Hound, two of the men that were on her list.
Oh yeah, I know.
And then, she finds out that Beric's sole purpose of coming back to life was to help Arya.
Well, he didn't know that.
At the time.
Right. He said clearly this was the reason I was brought back 20 times or whatever.
Um.
And poor Jorah. He got stabbed a lot of times.
I know.
It's alright, he's going to be Batman, so he had to go.
I mean, everyone's got to go at this point.
Not everyone.
No, I mean, the show ends in 3 episodes, so everyone's going to go.
I still think Bronn's going to end up killing Tyrion and Jaime. Here's my prediction. Ready? Bronn's going to end up killing Tyrion and Jaime because he wants what Cersei has promised him, but he's going to do it after she's already dead, and he's not going to know she's dead.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to kill them, and then he's going to find out, and then he's going to get nothing.
Okay.
Because I think greed is going to be his biggest driver. He's going to betray his real friends for greed and then get nothing because she's going to be dead.
So, here's my thought on that. I think Arya has to kill Jaime.
I don't think so.
And here's why. Arya still has to shut green eyes. Cersei has green eyes.
Mm-hmm.
There's also the prophecy that Cersei will be killed by a younger brother. Arya's got to kill Jaime so she can wear his face. It's the only way Arya gets close enough to Cersei to kill her. Arya kills Cersei as the king killer. And Jon or
Slayer.
Kingslayer. King Killer is another book series. She kills as the Kingslayer, and Jon takes the throne. And we have basically a retelling of Robert's Rebellion.
I think Jon's going to end up killing Daenerys. Because I think she's going to try to kill him.
Maybe.
Like, I think she's going to go nuts and, turn villain, and they're going to have to kill her.
Quite possibly, which would kind of suck, but...
Nah, I'd be okay with it at this point. I'm ready for her to go. I'm over it. But again, I'm over Jon Snow, so, I really don't give a shit about either of them.
I just don't want Cersei on the throne.
I want fucking Arya to kill everybody and be like, this is mine. You touch it, I'll stab your face. And then I'll wear your face. And then I'll kill somebody you know with your face.
See, this is the thing. Arya's she's not interested in that kind of power. Think back to when she was a little girl. All she wanted to do was be, a member of the Kingsguard. She wanted to be a knight. So we just got precedent with, Jaime making,
Yeah.
what's her? Oh my God, what is her name?
The tall one.
As Tormund would say, the big woman.
Is the big woman still here?
Brienne. By making Brienne a knight. So I think that Arya becomes a knight of the King's Guard when Jon
I think her sister
king.
becomes the queen.
You think? You know what? Sansa is the smartest person playing the game now.
Technically, Jon could make her the queen. Right? As the rightful king, he could make anybody the queen, right? He could be like, I don't fucking want this shit, and give it to and make his sister the queen.
Maybe, but I don't think that he would. I mean, Daenerys is.
Well, he'd have to kill Daenerys first.
Yeah, I don't know how this is going to play out.
I think she's going to try to kill him and like she'll try to burn him alive or something in the midst of their fight and realize he can't fucking be burned alive,
Oh my
and then he
god.
fucking stabs her face in the face.
Did the
Oh my
I
gosh, it's true, and I tried to kill him. Oh, now he's pissed. Up my head.
did the ice dragon die?
Mm-mm. Everybody was pissed because he kept dodging the fire. And then, right as he was about to get fire breathed on him, she killed the Night King and he died. And everybody was like, no.
So
We don't
oh
know yet. It hasn't been proven yet.
well, I know that her two dragons are still alive. Oh wait, no. Ice dragon's dead.
Ice Dragon's dead. Her two are still alive.
Yes.
Because in the preview for next week, we see her on one and then another one flying in the background.
Right, which is John's dragon.
It is now.
Yeah. I kind of hope John. I kind of want John to like find out that he's fireproof. That would be really cool. Um. So Arya, well, with Melisandre saying to Arya Syrio Forel's final words, that was pretty awesome.
Um,
Or not his final words, but like what his lesson was to her.
I don't know. Like, yeah, it's tough to guess what's going to happen. I don't think you can really even guess.
Um, so I'm looking at this Vulture article, and people will complain about Arya as the assassin who takes down the Night King, that it should have been blank or blank or blank, fill in whoever you like. But avenging her family has always held pride of place in Arya's heart. Her kill list was a who's who of people who'd hurt or killed her father, her sister, her dancing master. To turn the man who was about to kill her brother into ice chips is a job for which she's uniquely equipped. Unlike Jon or Brienne or Jaime or any of the other swordsmen, she's been trained to kill without even letting on that she's there. Only she would think to sneak up. Jon would have insisted on a manly duel. There is no honor in her style of murder. But there's a ton of style in her style of murder. That hand switch was pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So there are some theories floating around,
Okay.
some of which are fucking badass. So this is my favorite one. Ready? The final scene will be Sam writing a Game of Thrones. All three main protagonists will die: Jon in battle, Daenerys in childbirth, and Cersei at the hand of Arya wearing the face of Jaime. Daenerys and Jon's daughter will inherit the throne with Tyrion as regent, and Varys and Bran on the small council. Sansa will be the Queen of the North. The final scene will be an elderly Samwell Tarly years later with George R. R. Martin in cameo writing A Song of Fire and Ice, a history comprising the events of Game of Thrones.
But then Daenerys would have to get knocked up by Jon.
Well, they already had sex, so she could already technically be pregnant.
True.
There's Jon and Daenerys will die like Romeo and Juliet.
Okay.
So this one, the only ending I can see happening is Gendry taking the throne. That's true. With Arya by his side and Sam as the hand. We've already seen the conception of their child, who will likely fulfill the what's it called, prophecy. Yeah, whatever it's called. The final scene will be Arya giving whatever it's called, shall be born again amidst smoke and salt to wake dragons out of stone. King's Landing is full of dragon skulls. As the baby comes out screaming, these stone dragons will begin to breathe new life. As the rest, Sansa will rule the north, while Jon and Daenerys will kill themselves, each other in the style of Romeo and Juliet.
What the fuck?
It's part of that prophecy. The prophecy states...
Like the Azor Ahai,
Yeah.
or...
There will come a day after a long summer when the stars bleed and the cold breath of darkness falls heavy on the world. In this dread hour, A warrior shall draw from the fire a burning sword, and the short sword shall be a light bringer. The red swords of heroes, and he who claps it shall be Zora High, come again, and the darkness shall flee before him. I don't know. It doesn't say. Whatever. Anyway, these are just things that people wrote. Ghost will be the last one standing. After seeing Ghost's brief cameo in episodes 2 and 3, I'm convinced the writers have brought him back for a specific reason. If he's survived the kamikaze run into the long night, I'm backing him to be the last man, Direwolf sitting on the pointy throne. Bronn steals a castle.
Okay.
The Hound kills the Mountain but is mortally wounded, then confesses his love for Arya. Ugh, creepy. Gendry and Arya fall for each other. Jaime and Brienne fall for each other. They go on a double date. Samwell advises a siege and King's Landing is cut off. Cersei is forced into exile in a deal brokered by Lord Varys and Tyrion. Jon Snow and Dany take the Iron Throne uncontested. Tyrion starts his own vineyard. Sansa is declared Queen of the North and has her choice of suitors. She becomes very high maintenance. Bronn steals a castle, a big one. Nobody can work out how to take it back. These are great. Bran is the Night King. The Night King is not dead. He entered Bran before he was killed. Bran will destroy everyone because of what man has done to the children of the forest and to the environment. Apparently he's Captain Planet. Arya will kill Cersei as was told by Melisandre. Bran, the Night King, who is a Targaryen. No, he's not. Oh, the Night King is a Targaryen. Will take the Iron Throne. The world will become all ice again. No. Let's see. Daenerys will melt the Iron Throne down to scrap.
Yeah, right? That's not happening.
Jaime will take the throne.
No.
No. Littlefinger faked his own death and will return. Nope.
No.
Tormund and Lady Brienne will have giant babies.
I hope that one happens.
Cersei will have Tyrion at her mercy after the betrayal by Bronn, but Jaime will step in to protect him and kill Cersei with Widow's Wail. He will be killed by the Mountain, who will in turn be killed by the Hound. Dany will turn on Jon. They will both be killed as a result, and the dragons will flee. Gendry will be the king and take the Iron Throne, while Arya is by his side, and Sansa will rule the Queen of the North. I'm seeing a pattern here.
Of Sansa being the Queen of the North?
Yes. It will be revealed that Bronn is both Brandon the Wall Builder and the Night King by some time travel three-eyed raven hocus pocus. Tormund and Lady Brienne will get together and have giant babies. Yara Greyjoy will kill Euron and will rescue Alleria Sand, and they'll sail away together. Sam will definitely survive and will be Hand of the King. Lord Varys will be assassinated. Davos will retire and visit Grey Worm and Missandei at their beach resort in Nath. Didn't he die? I thought he died.
No, Grey Worm's alive.
Oh, that's right. Littlefinger is still alive and murders Gendry and Arya.
Littlefinger is not still alive. Arya killed him.
Although this theory is Littlefinger is shown to be still alive, having paid off a faceless one to take his place before his execution at Winterfell. That'd be some fucked up shit.
I'll be so mad.
Because she ran from them. She got all that shit from them, and then she fucking ran. Oh, that would be fucking badass. Or just the fact that what's his name with no face comes for her.
Oh. Didn't she
kills her?
I thought she killed him.
I don't think she did.
I think she did.
Let's see. Varys will end up with real power. Samwell Tarly will become Sam the Queen Slayer. Daenerys will kill Gendry to secure her claim to the throne. She doesn't have to because she has more claim to the throne than he does. There will not be one single ruler. I don't think one person will end up as the single ruler of the Seven Kingdoms. There will be some sort of triumvirate and or senate that would be chosen between the most prominent houses. After the bloodshed between Cersei and the rest of the world, the winners would most likely decide the throne is too big a temptation and that if only one house occupies it, there would never be peace. Oh, that would be fucking badass because then the Starks would take the north.
Wait, what was that one?
that basically they would decide that the throne is too much power for only one family, and they would like share it.
I doubt that's going to happen, but go on.
I don't think one person will end up as the single ruler of the seven kingdoms. There will be some sort of triumvirate and or senate that would be chosen between the most prominent houses, and after the bloodshed between Cersei and the rest of the world, the winners would most likely decide that the throne is too big a temptation, and that if only one house occupies it, there will never be peace.
Okay.
That's a fucking good theory.
Um, so there is a theory, I don't like it, I don't buy it, that Arya is Jack and Hagar, or
Jaqen.
yeah,
Jaqen Hogar.
sure, him. Because where is it? The bulk of these theories suggest that Arya died during her Faceless Men training in Bravos, and that the Arya on the show now is actually someone else in disguise. An important scene for this theory is the waif stabbing Arya in the stomach after she went blind, which would severely weaken her, makes it difficult to believe that Arya would go on to defeat the waif in combat shortly after. We also did not get to see the fight between Arya and the waif that ends with Arya hanging the waif's face in the Hall of Faces. Because of this, some fans have put forth the idea that the waif could actually have killed Arya and disguised herself as her. Fans have also pointed out that Arya fails at Jaqen's training multiple times. She backs out of 2 assigned assassinations, kills a man she was not told to kill, and never fully relinquishes her identity. In the end, we see Jaqen send her off, despite the fact that she did not pass the test to become the Faceless Men. What if Jaqen actually did not send Arya off, but decided to assume her identity and go back in her place to Westeros? Jaqen seems suspiciously chill about Arya refusing to become no one, which could mean he actually had other plans in mind the whole time.
God, that would be fucked up, because that would be number one, why she had a spear or stick made.
No,
she fights better with it.
She fights better with it because she was fucking blind.
Yeah, but I'm saying though that doesn't mean shit. It could very well be that other chick who.
No, Waif would be dead though. It would be Jaqen that's alive.
Well, I don't know then. But then I doubt he would sleep with Gendry. I don't know. We'll see.
True.
Anyway.
True.
Any other thoughts before we move on?
I hope the next 3 weeks are much better.
We'll see. All the stars seem to think that it ends perfectly, so.
Yeah, but imagine if they don't really know.
They said they know.
You really think they know? Think about the magicians, which we didn't talk about, by the way.
I think they know. They filmed it already. I think they know.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the magicians cast didn't know.
Yeah, but until they filmed it.
No. No. The magicians cast, and this is spoilers for this too. The magicians cast filmed a dummy ending that they didn't know was a dummy ending. The only person who knew the true ending was Jason Ralph. They found the rest of the cast promoted the series thinking that the ending they shot, which would have undone everything and saved Q, was true. They found out 2 days before the episode aired that Q was actually dead.
Oh, well, whatever. No, I think they know. I think that's kind of ridiculous, like that they did that, because honestly, I like the magicians, don't get me wrong, but it's fucking sci-fi and it's the magicians. You don't have a fucking worldwide fan base like you do for Game of Thrones. You didn't need to be corny about it. Like I just feel like that was corny. They went through great lengths to hide the finale from the stars of a show that's not as big as like other things.
Yeah, and so they didn't know, so they all left for their hiatus thinking, oh, we'll see you, when we start filming again.
Like why bother? I feel like that's just directors and people in charge of shows being stupid. Like, oh, we're gonna mess with them. Like who gives a shit?
Jason Ralph was under a gag order for over a year.
Like, yeah, I'm sorry, but who gives a shit? Like, come on, it's the fucking magicians. Let's be honest. It's not fucking Endgame or Game of Thrones. It's corny. Anyway. That's just my 2 cents.
Oh, I should probably mark that because I'm sure people have already watched The Magicians, but
And if they haven't, they probably don't plan on it.
well, yeah, because Tim's caught up, so I feel kind of bad, but I think we're good. So Endgame. So okay, Mark Ruffalo inadvertently spoiled it.
How? When?
A couple weeks ago, in an interview with E! News from early April, Mark revealed that his script was filled with fake scenes and that the cast even filmed moments that were never meant to be in the movie. He said, I didn't even get a whole script for this movie. I don't know why. The script I had dummy scenes in it. And then Mark let out a big spoiler. To emphasize his point, he revealed that he even read a crazy scene where Captain America gets married. Of course, we now know that Endgame ends with Steve's deciding to stay in the past and returning with the Infinity Stones, and he eventually gets married to Peggy Carter. At the time of the interview, Mark hadn't seen Endgame, so there's no way he actually knew that this scene would become so important and even end the film.
Yeah, that's not his fault.
He said, I don't know what's going to happen. I shot like 5 different endings to this movie. Chris Evans did cover Mark's reveal quickly by saying everyone does what they can to stop Mark from spilling any secrets. Mark's a real liability. They have to throw up Mark off the scent. You have zero cred. You have earned no trust in the Marvel Universe. You leak like a bodily function.
Is what it is. Who cares?
And then somebody tweeted, if Captain America gets married in Endgame, then we all need to remember that this was the moment that Mark did it again.
He technically he did, yes, but
he just didn't know.
There was no scene about it.
It's alluded to with the fact that he's wearing a wedding band.
Well, and there's no way that was really technically a spoiler because it means nothing unless you see the movie. It's only a spoiler after you've seen it.
I guess.
Think about it. Because if you had heard that beforehand, you would have been like, oh, he must finally marry Sharon Carter. There's no way you were like, oh, he finally married Peggy. Like, there's no way. You wouldn't know.
I suppose.
There's no way you would have known.
There was no way that I could have predicted anything that fucking happened in that movie.
I knew that's how it was going to go down.
Like,
I believe I said they were going to use time travel to collect all the stones. Pretty sure I said that.
Yeah, but you had but don't get all smug. It's not like you could have predicted anything that happened.
No, I knew they were going to, because there was enough when they talked about the set. I knew they were going to go back to the Battle of New York.
Yeah.
And if they were going to be in the Battle of New York, they were going to get the stones.
Here's my thing. Why did they have to get all of the stones? Just having one stone would have been enough to thwart Thanos, right?
No, because they had to get the stones to use the stones to bring everybody back.
Right. Never mind. I forgot about that important part.
Seriously. Okay, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Because I read an article today that I thought was so fucking stupid.
Okay. People
need to not get offended by everything, including their own shadows, and invent things to get offended by. Whatever. So, Thor's situation in that movie.
Okay.
Did you find that in any way offensive or reflective on, like, yourself?
What? Him being depressed and just drinking himself to being fat?
So somebody wrote an article for BuzzFeed, which, let's be honest, BuzzFeed is fucking garbage anyway, that Thor being fat and things made it offensive to fat people.
Did you just call me fat in that, Jason?
No. It's not what I meant. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
No, it's not. That's not what I meant. Sorry.
Okay.
But, like, there was more to it than that. That was, like, her biggest point. But, like, dealing with depression and dealing with, like, mental health and, like, sorry, I should have elaborated. she was like, it was offensive to any, like, it was a clear, like, dig at people with, they could have made, like, shown that people with mental health can be heroes. And, like, I'm like, are you fucking serious?
And he did.
But, like, she went on and on and on for, like people with alcoholism can't be heroes. People with depression can't be heroes. They had a real opportunity there to show all these people that, like, shut up.
No, I don't. I found it a bit of comic relief. I don't, as a fat person myself, I don't.
It's not. I'm. It's not what I meant. I'm sorry.
But I didn't find that offensive. I thought that it was, it's on par for people, I mean, he lost everything. He was just drinking himself into.
She's like, oh, it showed how weak he was because of his problems, and I'm like, shut up.
No, I really didn't find it offensive. I actually, found it kind of realistic. I mean, he's on Earth. He's he's in a bad place.
People invent things to get offended by.
Okay, sure. I don't disagree with that. That's so stupid. So let's see. I'm just going through I've got like a whole thing here, like, of Easter eggs that we probably missed.
I didn't miss any of them.
Okay. I do like that Captain America, was kind of picking up. It was a nice juxtaposition. He picked up the mantle from Sam at the beginning of the movie, leading therapy.
Oh, yeah.
And then to come back, and hand off the mantle back to Sam with the shield.
Because he decided that he was the one that needed it most. That's why I think he didn't give it to Bucky. He felt like Bucky didn't need it.
I think he
he
realized
felt
that,
like Sam needed something.
But also, Bucky just wants to live a quiet life now.
Yeah, that's true.
He's fought his battles.
We'll all miss America's ass.
Oh my god.
What was funnier that Scott calls it America's ass, or that Steve later goes, that is America's ass.
That is America's ass.
When he's checking out his own ass.
I've been saying that all week to, because like I said, I have a couple students who have seen it, that saw it, and I was like, that was my favorite part. Like, damn right, that's America's ass. Like, I just loved that.
One side.
Huh?
One side, Lebowski.
Yeah, I also, so Steve being worthy, I got chills and started bawling. When Steve,
that's when
Steve, fucking called it to him. Not even, lifted it up, just, put his hand out.
He picked it up and threw it first. Because you don't see it coming, and it hits Thanos. And
I'm pretty
that's when
sure
Thor goes, I knew it! And then it comes back to Steve.
Okay.
Yeah, because he throws it. You don't see it coming from off screen. He's about to get Thor with the axe in the chest.
Yes.
And hits him, and Thor looks up and goes, I knew it!
Yes, I loved that.
I got him fighting with the shield and the hammer and throwing the axe back and forth, and then Thor's got the hammer, and oh my god.
And Thor's like, you take the little one, I got the big one.
Unbelievable.
By Natasha's desk in Avengers headquarters, she keeps some worn ballet shoes, which is a reference to the ballet school cover she used for her assassin's training.
Yep.
Did you get the Namor reference?
I feel like I did, but I don't remember what it was.
So, the underwater earthquakes off the coast of Africa, referenced by Okoye in the holoconference, could be our first indication Namor the Submariner is in universe. The underwater city and the Atlanteans have found themselves at odds with Wakanda and their Black Panther several times in the Marvel Comics history. Yeah, Namor's a dick.
I heard that they want to bring Namor in, like, in the next Black Panther movie.
Be cool.
What was I gonna say?
So
I forgot. Sorry. It's just so much. I'm trying to.
We have to talk about Steve Rogers' age since you called me up the other night. Okay, so for our listeners, you all know how I feel about time travel and how it bothers me and whatnot. And Jay called me up on, was it Monday night? Yeah, it was Monday night. He calls me up because he is all riled up because there was a commercial for Endgame showing Professor Hulk, which, if you haven't seen the movie, is kind of a spoiler because it's.
Yeah, a buddy of mine just said he saw I posted that, and then today he goes, "I'm going to see it Saturday. Just saw the commercial you were talking about. What the fuck?" I'm like, yeah, because that was it wasn't like a massive spoiler, but it was a pretty big thing to like see when you don't know it's coming.
Yeah. So then we were talking a little bit about the movie. We kind of wish that we had saved it for recording because I got pretty riled up about the time travel aspect again.
And I can explain. I found an article.
Okay.
I will explain to you how time travel works in the Endgame universe.
Please do. But just wait a second because we want to talk about Captain America's age. Because we did the math.
Okay. So, April's problem was that Captain America got old. In the comics, he got old, which is besides the point. Mm-hmm. And I explained to her the reason he got old was technically because he was
over 100.
Number?
Well, no, first you said over 100.
Okay, he's almost 200 years old, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so Captain America was born in.
Oh fuck!
Can you write this down?
No, I only wrote down his age. Hold on. Captain America.
I was hoping you had these ready so I could like go through my theory. You're taking away from it.
Sorry.
You're ruining this for me.
Sorry. July 4th. Nope. Hold on. Yes. July 4th, 1920.
Okay. Captain America was born in 1920, which means in the year that Avengers Endgame took place, which was what, 2023?
Yes. Nope, sorry, July 4th, 1918. There's two different versions, so we'll go with 1918.
Okay, it should be the Ultimates universe.
I'm going by the Marvel Cinematic Universe wiki.
Okay. So, in the year that Avengers Endgame takes place, which is 2023.
Correct.
He is now
105.
Okay, so now Steve Rogers is 105 years old. Steve Rogers goes back in time to put back the stones. It is hypothesized that he returns to Peggy. The most logical moment for him to return to Peggy would be at the club for his dance after World War II ends, which most likely would make that 1945. So, Steve Rogers goes back to 1945, in which he is 105 years old. So, at 105 years old, in 2023, the second time, he would be
183 years old.
183 years old. I would say at 183, the serum is probably starting to wear off.
Maybe.
So for all you wondering out there, Steve Rogers is potentially 183 years old when we see him for the last time.
However, in the end, Steve Rogers goes on a solo trip to restore the Infinity Stones from the other time dimensions to the moment they were taken, thereby bringing them back to alignment with the main timeline. He also takes Thor's hammer, though not necessarily as his own weapon. That has to be taken back to the Dark World era to set the timeline straight, too.
Mm-hmm.
But then he doesn't come back, at least not as we know him. He finds Peggy Carter and stays with her. So has Cap been living in the past this whole time, or did he go and live in another dimension? The directors say it's the latter. If Cap were to go back to the past and live there, he would create a branched reality. The question then becomes, how is he back in this reality to give the shield away? Interesting question, right? Joe said, maybe there's a story there. There's a lot of layers built into this movie, and we spent 3 years thinking it through. So it's fun to talk about it and hopefully fill in holes for people so they understand what we're thinking. There's other questions in this sequence that set up this future story.
Okay, so that being said, let me branch off to a new dimension at this point. According to the script that Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely, you can't go back in time in your own dimension. This is how time travel works in Endgame. If you do, you just end up with older or younger versions of yourself. That's what happened to Ant-Man. They pushed time through him. Right? Think of it literally as a movie. That's easy to do, right? It's a continuum, and you can't rewind your own film while you're still moving forward. But you can hop out of your Blu-ray and into a player spinning another disc and land at any point in that copy of that story. That's what the heroes do. To put it another way, they copy and paste reality. That's why the Ancient One explains to Bruce Banner that removing the stones basically ruins her own timeline, which is her DVD existence, any better than his DVD existence. That's why he promises to return the stones to cause as little disruption to these worlds as possible. If they can do that, as Captain America says he does at the end, those branched timelines realign with the central timeline, let's call it the prime timeline, and it's like the stones never left. When the three teams jump back in time, they're really jumping to 3 other screenings of the movie. When Thanos 2014, the Thanos from the time of the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, gets wind of their plot and travels forward in time to show up above upstate New York 5 years after the snap, he's a different Thanos.
Right.
He can die there in a cloud of dust without creating a paradox in that timeline because he's a visitor from another copy of the movie, which is also why Nebula was able to shoot herself without dying herself. However, yes, back in his own Blu-ray, he's dead now and the snap never even happens. That remains a branch that can't realign with the prime timeline because it's changed too much. Also, Loki vanished in the Avengers 2012 timeline when he grabbed the Tesseract, so even though he remains dead in the prime timeline, he is free to make mischief in other branched timelines. Expect that to be where the character's upcoming Disney Plus series is set.
Right.
The Gamora from 2014, who ventured forward in time with Thanos, and her still evil sister Gamora has ended up trapped in the new timeline, but the Gamora we already know is still dead, sacrificed to the Soul Stone. Gamora 2014 has no memory of any of the Guardians of the Galaxy experiences or Peter Quill or any of it. That Gamora is gone. New Gamora could still be part of the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, just expect her to have a significantly different personality. And again, like I said before, this is also why Nebula can kill her 2014 self without disappearing. She's not killing herself from the past. She's killing a counterpart from another Blu-ray. To draw another metaphor, think of it like Toy Story when Buzz Lightyear meets another Buzz Lightyear toy. It's a version of him, yeah, but a different one from the Buzz we know. Also why Scott Lang said, oh, so Back to the Future is crap.
Right.
So this is where it starts to address. It says when Captain America goes back to return all the borrowed gems, he stays behind, not in the past we know, but technically a different branched reality. Basically, he goes to live in another copy of the movie. More on that soon from directors Joe and Anthony Russo.
Okay. I don't know. It's still...
So time travel's a little funky there.
Yeah. So the Russos confirmed Bucky knew. When Cap was preparing for the trip, which is only supposed to last a few seconds in the main timeline, his old friend from Brooklyn gives him a surprisingly heavy farewell. Somehow he was aware that Cap was going to live in the past, and it's probably more than just intuition. Especially when he says goodbye, Joe explained. He says, "I'll miss you." Clearly he knows something. But how? Has the Winter Soldier already met with old Cap at some previous point? The answer seems yes. On the other hand, Joe adds, Sam doesn't know something. Falcon has no idea about old Cap, which is why the Winter Soldier urges him to go up and talk to now elderly Steve Rogers. Bucky already has the answers to the questions Sam is going to ask.
See, I think it's more almost intuition. It's just Bucky knows as somebody who's tired and doesn't want to do this anymore that's what Steve would have done. Because it's the same thing he would have done. He just knows. He's like, listen, these two were best friends since they were kids. He knows Steve's tired. After everything he's been through, you think he wants to keep going? No, he's done. He did his job. I don't think he met with him. I don't think there's any more to it than that. I just think he knows him well enough, and he knows himself to know when you're tired, you're tired.
I'm just going by the fact that Joe Russo is saying this.
Keep in mind, too, they have been very adamant in saying that Phase 3 is not over until Homecoming is over.
Really?
Spider-Man Homecoming is the last of Phase 3.
Okay.
So we still may get some answers.
Okay. Maybe.
I would expect to see something. I know we didn't get a stinger after the credits, but for this one.
We just got, and this is the first time they've done that.
Yeah, because I don't think they know where they want to go yet, or it's way too early. Honestly, if they would have teased another villain or something, I would have been like, fuck you.
The emotional.
It would have taken away.
Yeah.
To just say, hey, everything you saw, okay, now here's where we're going next. No. I don't even think they're going to do that in Spider-Man. I think they may do some kind of funny bit.
Maybe.
My other question is Robert Downey Jr.'s contract up?
It's been up. He re-upped for this. Well, for the last. He's been done. They've had to renegotiate a couple times. I think this is this was the final one. Same with Chris Evans.
Yeah, because there's theories that he could still play bit parts or cameos, and he could be the new AI inside the armor.
He could.
That he downloaded his brain. Was one of the theories.
Maybe. So it's funny. I have a student who's from Norway. And he went and saw Infinity War that night too. So we came into class on a Friday morning, and I was like, "What do you think of New Asgard?" He goes, "I've been there."
New Asgard.
He's like, "I have friends who live in that town."
So you were talking about the Asgardians of the Galaxy.
Oh my god, the Asgardians of the Galaxy is such a great idea. I really hope. But I think Chris is done.
I don't think he is. No, I thought they were...
I thought Chris Hemsworth's contract was done too.
Oh my god. Thank God they brought back Taika Waititi.
Oh yeah.
To play fucking Fortnite.
Yeah.
Thor, this kid's yelling at me again. It's all fucking sad. Do you see too? They were saying Korg is wearing a jumpsuit in the movie.
Okay.
and it's the same jumpsuit that I guess Taika Waititi wore to like a movie premiere or something. And like
Okay.
I guess it got all kinds of not that it got heat online, but like he got he made all kinds of news about this jumpsuit, like it was the greatest thing ever. So as an Easter egg, they made Korg wear it.
Uh-huh.
So Korg is wearing a jumpsuit in this movie. It's like a blue jumpsuit with like I forget what it has on
It
it.
says Korg is playing Fortnite using the bright bomber skin.
Yeah, that's just in the game.
He has partnered. Well, the online battle royale style game where you can play looking like multiple characters has partnered with Marvel to bring limited time game modes to Fortnite for the Infinity War and Endgame
Yeah.
releases.
Yeah. It was a pineapple jumpsuit.
Okay.
So Korg is wearing a pink pineapple jumpsuit in the movie.
I love that they
So
brought.
fucking good.
I do love that they brought whatchamacallit,
Korg and Meek.
Ronan, and how they did that
What are you talking about?
with Hawkeye, making
Oh,
him
Ronan.
as in like his alter ego, aka like Ronan Warrior.
Yeah, I thought you meant Ronan the Accuser
No.
for a moment.
Not Ronan.
Well, you don't say it Ronan. They're both pronounced the same.
I know they are. I get
Just
that.
want to make that clear.
Um,
I don't know. Hawkeye was kind of lame.
you shut your mouth.
All right, calm down there.
Hawkeye was amazing, and
Useless.
I'm so glad. How is he useless?
He did not serve a purpose.
Yes, he did.
Go ahead. Tell me why. What did he do?
He led to Black Widow's sacrifice.
She would have done it anyway. What did she do?
What do you want
Or
did she do?
What did he do?
She wasn't gonna let him sacrifice himself.
That's what I mean. He didn't have any. She killed herself. He had no part in that.
Yes, he did.
Essentially, he just had to be there and be sad that she killed herself. His superpower was being sad.
Oh, you stop it. That was not his superpower. He's amazing. You shut up.
His superpower in Endgame was being fucking sad. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong. That was not his
He went on a killing
superpower.
spree. He went on a killing spree because he was sad. Black Widow died and he got the Soul Stone because he was sad.
No, because that just makes it seem like they fridged her character, which I refuse to believe.
He was sad. What did he do? You tell me what he did of monumental value.
He went on a killing spree, which was amazing.
It didn't have any value.
He looked hot as hell.
No value.
Plenty of value there. Plenty
Nope,
of
no
value.
value.
Plenty of value.
Ronan's Hawkeye's superpower in Endgame was sadness.
It was not. Stop it. Black Widow would not have sacrificed herself. Black Widow would not have sacrificed herself if Hawkeye was not there. She would not
Okay.
have. She would not have jumped into the pit because who?
So basically, the importance was that he showed up to a place. He had no value.
He serves value as her best friend.
You're helping me prove my point.
No, he was.
His superpower was sadness.
I'm not having this argument. He is my favorite fucking character.
I'm sorry. Your favorite superhero is sadness. You have not given me one thing that he did.
All right, hold on. Yeah, I'll have like a spell. How Endgame's daddy issues made Hawkeye relevant again. What the fuck, sci-fi? Apparently, it almost had a different ending for Hawkeye. he was the emotional impact. He really was. I mean, I don't, not to say that I don't care about Black Widow, but she just...
So you're saying that he was the one who brought out the sadness?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
No, you're not saying that, but emotional impact means sadness.
Nope, I'm not saying that.
Okay, moving on.
You're such a dick.
I'm just telling you.
Let's see. So let's his life was steeped in darkness, so much so that according to Markness, an earlier draft had Hawkeye sacrificing himself for the Soul Stone instead of Natasha. It was him taking the hit for her. It was melodramatic to have him die and not get his family back. It's only right and proper that she's done. I just don't know why they couldn't go get her back. Why couldn't they bring her back? Okay. Here's the thing, right? So, if they're going back to the point in time, if Steve went back to the point in time where he was bringing the Soul Stone back to the Red Skull, which, by the way, I would have loved to have seen that meet up.
Yeah, like, how did that shit go down?
Right?
Oh, hey.
Why the fuck didn't we see that?
What's up, bro? Here's your stone back. Psych. I picture him doing what Peter Quill did in the first Infinity War, where he shows up, throws the Soul Stone down on the ground, it disappears, and then he does a backflip through a portal and flips him off.
Yeah, why didn't we see that? Because that would have
super intense.
Wasted time. Wasted opportunity.
But if he was like, yeah, I just want to apologize. That wasn't me back then. I've had some time to think.
But so here's the thing, right? So if they're going back to the time to that point, how come he couldn't have brought
because it wasn't the right thing to do.
Natasha back with him?
Because that would have negated her sacrifice. And it would have been a selfish thing to do. He would have been pulling her out of her own time for their own benefit. Like if they just showed up and was like, hey, you got to come with us because you're going to die, but we want you to come back.
Yeah, but if he's bringing...
Selfish.
I don't know. If he's fixing the timeline, he should have fixed it to bring...
You can't... Once a soul is given, it can't be taken back, even if you return the stones.
All right, well, fuck that guy.
Once a soul is sacrificed, it's sacrificed.
Well, again, fuck that guy.
Because even Bruce says, I tried to wish her back into existence, and it can't be done. Did you forget about that?
Well, yeah, sure. Wish her back into existence. Go ahead, Bruce.
Yeah, but using the stone.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He says, I tried to bring her back with everybody else, and I couldn't do it.
All right, fine. All right, what else do we have here? His shield. How did Captain America get his shield? Oh, never mind. He went back in time. Never mind. That was dumb.
Nope, wrong.
What do you mean, no, wrong?
Oh, well, you mean give it to Sam?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he would have gotten it from...
Past him.
Another DVD copy him.
By the way, Hail Hydra.
Oh my god, that was fantastic. That was the best fucking scene.
Yeah.
It would look like it was the same fucking elevator and everything.
I know. I was waiting for Cap to throw down.
I knew they weren't going to do it. As soon as the scene started, I'm like, there's no way. There's going to be a fucking twist here. But oh, how great was that? Because people were dying for that the whole time. And they're like, this is the closest you're going to get to that comic book storyline.
The comic book storyline that everybody hated.
Yeah. But everybody loved that scene.
Let's Let's
No,
make let's make a character written by a Jewish man to fight to fight anti-Semitism into a fucking Nazi.
Wasn't technically a Nazi.
Yeah, really was though.
Hell, Hydra.
That was pretty great.
That was fucking amazing.
The old man Rogers is wearing the same tan jacket Steve Rogers wore before getting the super soldier serum in the first Avenger.
Yeah, yep. Can we talk about the real MVP? The real MVP of this fucking movie?
Who?
Without whom none of this would have been possible?
Hawkeye?
No. The rat.
The rat, you're right.
Without that rat, none of this would have ever happened.
This is true, because Scott wouldn't have been able to come out. Yeah, I mean, the rat...
The question remains now, are they going to use any sort of time travel or dimension hopping going forward?
Probably.
Or is that how they're going to bring about their new villain? Because some fucking timeline is all going to be fucked up and somebody's going to come through.
Like
I can't imagine this is the last time they use it now. That, like, especially once Hank comes back and Scott tells him, like, what they did.
Yeah.
Question is like, you think Hank and Hope and they're all going to be, like, part of the Avengers now? Bless you.
Thanks. I don't know.
Think he's still going to keep his distance, or you think he's going to come back?
Who, Hank?
Yeah.
I think
or you think they're going to, like, form a team to, like, actually work together?
I don't know. I mean, that's something I don't really...
And the even bigger question is, are we going to get an A-Force movie?
Who would be an A-Force?
Oh, the A-Force is all the women.
Oh, I hope so. Well,
From the comics.
Except for Pepper. Gwyneth Paltrow's already said she's done.
Oh. How about that fucking scene, though? When Peter's like, I don't know how you're going to get through them.
Chills.
And she goes, I think she's got this.
Chills.
Fucking every single fucking one of them.
That was the only part that I did miss Black Widow.
But every fucking single one of them.
I know. It was amazing. That was another part where I was just like sobbing and heaving. What's going on with Peter Parker's school?
What do you mean?
So he gets to high school and Ned's still there. Did his entire class, like all the kids that are going to be in...
Yeah, I mean, it's safe to assume anybody that's still there would have been dusted, yes.
Okay.
So I'm glad you brought that up, because there was two things I read this week that honestly made a lot of sense, and that, like, really made me think. Like, so what about the kids who weren't dusted that are now, like, some of Peter's friends are basically in college now?
Yeah.
That's number one. Number two, this is kind of fucked up to think about. So think about all the people that did not disappear, right?
Right.
It's safe to assume that, like, some of these people probably moved on with their lives, found other people.
Yup.
What the fuck do you do when you're fucking your family that disappeared, or your wife that disappeared, or your husband that disappeared, and now you've moved on, and now all of a sudden they're fucking back?
I don't know.
Like, it's been all more than 5 years. You're now married to somebody else or whatever, and your spouse comes back like, hey, I'm back. Oh, shit.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's fucked up to think about, right?
It definitely is. I mean,
look at Cassie. Cassie's like a friggin' adult now.
I know. Which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because she was like 8. In the last Ant-Man.
She wasn't 8. She was more than that.
Maybe 10. She was not that old. Cassie Lang was not that old, because she was little. She was little in the first Ant-Man.
I think you're underselling it.
I think you're overselling it.
No, she was. She's 15 now.
Yeah,
This movie.
yeah, exactly. She was only 10 in the last Ant-Man.
Yeah, and it's been 5 years.
Yeah, so she's not an adult. She was
Well,
like
you know what I mean.
in Ant-Man and the Wasp, she was only like 10 because in the first Ant-Man she was only like 7 or 8. She was young.
You know what I mean.
Um so here's one of my continuity errors, and it's something that I'm really it's always bothered me that two different actors have played Howard Stark.
Okay.
Dominic
I like the latter.
Dominic Cooper played Howard Stark in Captain America: The First Avenger.
Mm-hmm.
He also played Howard Stark in Agent Carter.
Mm-hmm.
John Slattery plays older Howard Stark. However, in 1945, nope. In 1970, we now have a de-aged Howard Stark who I just don't know why they recast him, because the ages just don't work out.
You think it's a casting thing?
I don't know. Because Cooper resumed his role, which took place in the late 40s, but a de-aged Slattery appears again in Endgame's 1970. The years have obviously been kinder to Stark's butler Jarvis, but when does Cooper-Slattery transition actually happen? Did Marvel ever consider using the cinematic equivalent of Mixed Booth, and what would that even look like? Also, how are we going to get WandaVision?
How are we going to get what?
The TV show, the Disney Plus show, is going to be WandaVision, and it's going to be about Wanda and Vision.
Oh, WandaVision.
Yeah.
Time travel.
Maybe.
I could see her trying to go back to get to bring back a version of Vision.
Maybe.
And it not working, or maybe one of the theories was that Shuri,
Yeah.
Shuri,
Shuri with an H.
Shuri has downloaded a majority of his personality into the computers in Wakanda and can try to recreate him, but something goes wrong and blah 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 blah.
Maybe. Here we go too. This is the other one. Did 2019 Cap accidentally change 2012's Cap's life? When modern-day Captain America traveled back to 2012 and fought himself for the scepter, he dropped a fairly massive truth bomb on his younger self. Bucky is alive, he said, which the younger Cap wasn't meant to find out until 2014's Winter Soldier. These 2 years of foresight could throw Cap down a very different path, creating a brand new timeline in which key MCU events are altered. Lest we forget that Civil War also dealt with the Bucky storyline. But of course, there's still a chance that 2012 Cap didn't believe this claim and still thought he was fighting the 2012 version of Loki, who's been known to disguise himself as Cap.
Well, here's the other thing. Disney Plus is also doing a What If series.
Yep.
I think they'd be foolish not to delve into some of these things in their What If series.
Mm-hmm. And then the Black Widow movie.
Obviously, it'll be a prequel.
Yeah. How could Hawkeye hold the Soul Stone?
What do you mean?
Speaking of the Infinity Stones and the Guardians of the Galaxy, Benicio del Toro's character described them like this. These stones, it seems, can only be brandished by beings of extraordinary strength. We later saw the entire Guardians team, including the superpowered Peter Quill, struggling to contain the sheer might of the Power Stone.
Well, that's the Power Stone. So the reason he can hold the Soul Stone is because it's granted to him.
Okay.
Because he's the one that makes the sacrifice, so it's the stone is granted to him.
Okay. I know. EJ just came to tell me about Peter Mayhew. Yeah, I mean it's oof, so sad.
Overall, I think it was a good ending to a 10-year story.
I think it was perfect,
Um,
to be quite honest. I really do.
I wonder where the hell do you go from here?
I don't know. They did say that the MCU um is changed as we know it.
I mean, Kevin Feige apparently has his plans all laid out for where he's going next.
I heard rumor about Galactus being the next.
I think they're going to go all intergalactic with the MCU and stick with TV for all the Earthbound stuff,
Maybe.
aside from a few here and there. Because think about it. Winter Soldier, then everything's going to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Wanda and Vision are going to Disney Plus.
Yep.
Hulk is probably done.
Yep.
But you're getting Eternals, you're getting Guardians of the Galaxy, you're getting we don't know what else. I don't know. I think we'll just have to wait and see.
I really hope that we get the Asgardians of the Galaxy, though.
Could happen. I mean, I think James Gunn already wrote the script.
But do you think
I
he
feel
wrote
like
the script knowing?
No, absolutely not. But I feel like they have to go back and finish the Adam Warlock storyline. They can't not finish that. They set up for that. They have to finish it.
How did they set up for it?
At the end of the Guardians of the Galaxy 2, where she's got the big coffin or the big cocoon, and she's like, I created a man, I shall call him Adam.
I don't remember that. I'm going to have to go back and watch it.
Go back and watch it.
Okay.
She's basically created this all-powerful being named Adam.
Okay.
So, and I will say, though, as much as I liked Captain Marvel in Endgame, they should have given her more.
Yeah, but also...
Like, where the fuck was she? Again. I mean, I get it. She's like, you're not the only planet I have to save.
Yeah.
But I hope, like, the next Captain Marvel movie delves into, like, all these gaps and where she's been. I think the best use of their time to make this movie would be to, like, show her stories from, like, over time.
Yeah. I hated her haircut, too, by the way.
Oh, I thought her haircut was awesome.
I know that it was a nod to, like, the 2014 storyline, and I wish that they had actually, like, done it the same way. To me, it looked like a mom's haircut from the 1990s. Like, the ultimate can I speak to your manager haircut.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I think that haircut says, I am the manager. All right.
Okay. So I've got some funny tweets that we can kind of do to wrap up, since it was kind of a not heavy, but I was trying to peruse some stuff to make us laugh.
All right.
If your grave doesn't say rest in peace on it, you are automatically drafted into the skeleton war. It must have sucked for those 100 dudes in Beauty and the Beast who got turned into forks. Like, did they have families? Hey, it's me, your Facebook friend from high school who never left our hometown and thinks Olive Garden is fancy. Anyway, here's a racist article.
Okay, that one was good. I saw a tweet a while back that made me laugh, and I say it to Sharon all the time now, that Olive Garden is just Italian McDonald's.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, my son's like, Olive Garden's great. I'm like, it's Italian McDonald's. It sucks.
We went there last night with my students because it was the only place nearby that was...
Oh, crap.
Yeah, well... I like to push my body to the limit, but not in the healthy living way. More like in a how much pasta can I eat before I can't move way. Is every show pretty much a Walking Dead prequel? That was from Camille Nanjiani. Is there anything more capitalist than a peanut with a top hat, cane, and monocle selling you other peanuts to eat? If you live to be 100, you should make up some fake reason why, just to fuck with people. Like claim you eat a pine cone every single day.
I have a funny tweet I'd like to read.
Okay.
Let me find it because I want to read it exactly like I saw it.
Okay. How much for how much for this horse tornado? Sir, that's a carousel. I must have it.
You can keep going.
Okay. You think being catcalled is offensive? Wait till you get honked up by a guy on a Segway. You can even. White girl life coach. Weighs I'm like a tea kettle. I need water. Start screaming when someone forgets about me. Could burn a house down, but probably never will.
Keep going. I'm working on it here.
Okay. I like to imagine Supreme Court is just a regular court, but with tomatoes and sour cream. Hello, 911. Hello, 911. My girlfriend's been kidnapped. Stay calm, sir. What's your girlfriend's name? Oh, she goes to another school. You wouldn't know her. If diamonds are a girl's best friend, does that mean my ex is going to sleep with them too? I'm excited for the continental breakfast. Sees a buffet just full of ice cubes. What the? Sign. Today's content is Antarctica. Continent is Antarctica.
Here's a good one. Remember that part? Remember that part of Trick or Treat? Smell my feet, where the kids threaten adults that they're going to pull down their underwear. Is that considered sexual assault?
If I have a medical emergency, don't you dare call an ambulance. You better Uber my ass to the hospital because we not about to pay $5,000 for a ride in the Wii U wagon. A pregnant virgin I can believe, but 3 wise men all in one place? I just realized that in all the Purge movies, nobody ever steals anything valuable. All crime is legal for 24 hours straight, and all you people are interested in killing one another? Bitch, the Apple store is right across the street.
Okay, ready? This was my favorite tweet of the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
Children born feet first briefly wear their mother as a hat, but no one is ready to talk about that. Oh, it's my fucking favorite thing on the planet.
We can thank my cousin Ryan for retweeting that one the other day.
Oh my god.
And then I reposted it and said I'm still giggling, to which you responded giggling. I'm outright laughing my ass off.
It's the greatest fucking thing ever.
Oh, that's really funny, the trick or treat one. My cousin, are you now following my cousin on Twitter?
No, not yet, but I will be.
Because he just retweeted the sexual assault one.
I know, that's where I saw it.
From my cousin?
Yes.
That's why I just asked if you're following him.
Oh no, I'm on our Twitter.
Oh, okay.
How about this one he retweeted? This one's good too. I don't watch Game of Thrones, but the fans always seem to be talking about the weirdest shit going on. Like, dude, I did not expect that little girl to go fuck her dad and then eat that dragon's ass.
Oh. Did you see the Dwayne the Ron Swanson?
Yes.
If you're colorblind, Twister's a motherfucking free-for-all. Oh my god. Oh, where was the one I just read that was really funny? Stop killing Scottish people to make Scotch tape. Oh, hello 911. Operator, what's your emergency? Me, these men won't stop laughing. Operator, okay, yeah, that's annoying but not a crime. Me, WTF is manslaughter then? Because manslaughter is...
Yes.
Okay.
Liquor before beer, you're in the clear. Only drinking chocolate milk. Doesn't require rhymes to avoid vomiting.
Is your dad really your dad if he doesn't say who after talking about any of your friends, even if he's known them for literally 7 years? Okay, this is the one that I really love. My mom was trying to say big dick energy, but she couldn't remember it. It goes, is that fat dick spirit?
Discussing God of War, Game of Thrones with my friend. First person, sorry, I just don't understand the hype. Second person, it's so lit. It's got dragons and sword fights and an amazing plot. First person, yeah, so does Shrek.
How do parents go from sex is bad to I want grandkids? I just read that people born in the 80s are known in Hungary as the DuckTales generation. I never want to hear millennial ever again, okay?
I don't want to have to clap when I say this, so I'm just going to pause, but know that there's claps between every single word in this sentence. Do not accept large wooden horses as gifts without checking to see if they're hollow.
I miss the days when we were free from the burden of carrying a computer everywhere, and opinions could only go as far as people could yell.
I just want to point out, by the way, if you haven't figured this out yet, I'm literally just scrolling your cousin's Facebook and reading funny tweets off of his.
Are you really?
Facebook, Twitter, and just literally reading the funny tweets off of his page.
Well, we should at least give a shout out then of what his Twitter is so you can follow it. It's I absolutely love that this is his Twitter handle. It's keeping it friel, FRIEL. I love that.
Here's a good one. Scientist, dick bug. Other scientist, no. Scientist, penis beetle. Other scientist, no. Scientist, cockroach. Other scientist, okay, sure. Some of these are videos, but they're so fucking funny.
Men's shampoo is always that 13-in-1 bullshit like face wash, body wash, conditioner, shampoo, ass wash, almond extract, face peel, green mousse, guava juice, giant snake, birthday cake, large fries, chocolate shake.
You know where that's from, don't you?
No.
It's a cartoon.
Oh.
It's the theme song to a cartoon.
Oh.
The Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh, okay. Oh my god, did you see what the giant that gave Thor his new weapon just did to Tony Stark? Man, this season of Game of Thrones is going to be wild.
Are you doing the same thing I'm doing now?
Yeah, I am looking at his Twitter, because his Twitter is quite funny.
Writer, they're aliens. Executive, cutting up coke. Okay. Writer, and they have TV stomachs. Executive, snorting a line. Fuck yes. Writer, also snorting a line. And the son is a fucking baby. Executive, fuck, snorting more. Yes.
Scientists find gross new species of frog that looks like a pig. Someone retweeted it and said, please stop bullying him. He's trying his best, okay? Let's see. Does a podcast name have to be words? I just want mine to be a heavy sigh. A guy walked by me on the sidewalk and smiled and said, hello. What the fuck? Fucking freak.
Okay, here's another one that has clapping between every single word.
Okay.
Stop wasting firefighters' time getting cats out of trees. Employ giraffes to do it unless giraffes would eat the cat. I didn't do the research.
Oh my god, I love it. I love it so much.
I'm going to this guy's Twitter page to see if he posts more of these things.
Billy Corgan, the world is a vampire. Crowd, woo! Neil deGrasse Tyson, loudly from the back. No, it isn't.
Here's a good one. Ready? I don't even know if I'm going to be able to read it.
Oh, here we go.
Orders Uber Eats. Guy shows up at my house and proceeds to eat McDonald's in front of me. Me. Uber driver chewing. Me. Uber driver chewing. Me. I misunderstood what the zap was.
Once a girl takes off her bra, don't ask her to do shit. She's clocked off from life. Truth.
Oh, shit. There was something I read today that was really funny. So the shower thought. I think you posted the shower thought.
Maybe?
About orcs.
I don't know if I posted that one.
It was a shower thought that basically said, in Lord of the Rings, one of the orcs says, human meat or man meat or something is back on the menu.
I did post that, yes. Which
implies that orcs know what a menu is, which implies that they've been to a restaurant. I wonder what the restaurants in Middle Earth are like.
Wasn't there more to that one, though? Or no? Said, wasn't there more to that one, or no?
I don't know. Just got back from the mutation lab, and boy, are my arms legs. I do not exist to be viewed or to be considered sexy, desirable. I am but a vessel for pasta, and that is valid.
Yeah. Avengers Endgame was pretty great. At first I thought the 30-minute sex scene between Iron Man and Captain America was going to be too much, but it ended up being very tastefully done. Crazy how the Hulk and Thanos made love and invented a new color. Oh, man. I still love this.
Last one, ready?
Okay.
Maps used to say cool stuff like "Here be dragons." Now they just say bullshit like Portugal.
Oh my god. Alright. Ryan, you're ridiculous. Yeah, getting the first picture of a black hole is cool. Ellipses, 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 ellipses. But have you ever had a Baja Blast? I know this is like comparing apples and oranges. On one hand, we have an amazing discovery creation by a team of, I can only imagine, the best scientists out there. And on the other hand, we have a picture of a big black hole.
All right, how about this one? Mario. Yahoo! Throws banana peel at another cart, eats a mushroom. Me. This is why I don't take you grocery shopping. I went to this guy's Twitter page because he posted the clapping things, and he hasn't posted another clapping thing in a while.
Me. Birds have butt vaginas. Zookeeper. No, that's not true. They have cloacas that. Me. Do they shit out of it? Zookeeper. Well, yes. Me. And give birth out of it? Zookeeper. Yes. Sighing. But please, sir, there are kids. Me pulling out a megaphone. Butt vagina.
Anyway.
All right.
That was fun.
Yes. All right. Well, on that note, we no longer have a phone number that works.
No, we don't. But you can find us on Twitter at A&J Have No Ideas. We're on Facebook, April and J Have No Ideas. Our email address is aprilandjhavenoideas@gmail.com. We are available on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and randomchatternetwork.com, where you can also find other fine podcasts as part of the Random Chatter Network. if you have some time and you have not done so already, go to one of the places that you find our podcast and give us a rating or review, which helps us reach more people and get more
listeners and
listeners.
puts us higher on the charts on iTunes.
Yes.
Like, maybe actually puts us on the charts on iTunes.
Yes. I was trying to find something while I was saying that. I apologize. If you would like, you can join us. If you don't already, you can join us on Discord as part of the Random Chatter Network Discord. We have our own channel on there, as well as channels for all the other shows on the Random Chatter Network. And you can give us ideas and chat with us. And
yeah, I had a new idea for changing the format of the show. And it's someone gives us an idea. Someone gives us a topic that neither of us know anything about. We don't do any research on it. And we just try to talk our way through it for an hour.
Fair enough. I want to end with one more tweet.
Okay. Make it a good one.
This time I'm actually going to clap.
Okay.
Don't talk about the Puppy Bowl if you didn't watch the rest of the season.
That's a good one. I like.
My new favorite thing is these clapping fucking tweets. I'm literally just scrolling as fast as I can to find as many as I can.
Oh my god. Save them for next week.
Oh my god, it's the greatest fucking thing.
Oh my god, that was hilarious.
I feel like I want to try to write some of these fucking things.
Ugh.
But I'm also terrible at writing things, so,
This
there's that.
We are not good at that thing.
I desire to write, but I am terrible at it.
Well, on that note, I've been April.
And I've been Jay.
And that was a long episode.
Yeah. And my dog was trotting around the house, had to pee for a while, too.
It's fine.
So sorry.
We have lives. We're not in studios. Speaking of your dog trotting around.
There he goes again.
All right.